I'm Rebecca Fiduccia. I tattoo at Noka Body Graphics in Philadelphia. I've been tattooing for about 13 years, although it's kind of hard to say because I did have an apprenticeship, but I don't know how traditional it was. They didn't really like girls tattooing at the time, so it was 7 years before I ever tattooed alongside another artist. I mean, actually, I'm grateful for how much the industry's changed since I first started. It was very much like that initially. It was largely because at that point in tattooing was mainly a male-dominated industry, but it was also not really an artist-dominated industry at the time. A lot of tattooers were still tracers. The internet wasn't really that prevalent. So I think along with the internet picking up speed and tattooing becoming more of an industry that was open to types that wouldn't normally have been indoctrinated into it just because they knew somebody who tattooed, it changed the industry into there's more professionalism, definitely more women. When I first walked in here, there was like 3 women tattooing at the same time, but I'd never seen anything like it. But initially it was a big problem. You'd get hired because you had tits and you were cute, and no one wanted to let you work. And God forbid you had a arts background in any way. The fact that you were female and could draw circles around them made you threatening, and I mean, any young pretty thing that came in to get tattooed was generally going to get tattooed by you and not by the burly biker that was trying to get her to take her shirt off for no good reason. So we weren't an asset to them in their minds. I feel like that's changed a lot now. It's at the same time I'm not trying to get into the industry, so I'm not as heavily affected by it. But yeah, in the last 10 years, it's really been night and day. When I first got interested in actually getting into tattooing, it was when I first started seeing artists like Anil Gupta and Stefan Shodaseges. I'm not sure exactly how his name is pronounced, but they were the first 2 artists that I saw back in '99 or 2000 that were doing art on skin that I would have been happy to be doing on paper. Since then, the upper echelon of tattooing has grown. I mean, Instagram puts all of what people are doing all across the world at our fingertips. Everybody's constantly influenced by each other. Our materials have gotten better. The people wielding them are better. It's night and day from how it was back in '99 and before that. And now if you can't draw, then there's really not a lot of room in this industry for you. It's kind of made those guys dinosaurs. I mean, that's been a big change. And then also with the internet, there's Pinterest. So there's 100 people all getting the same tattoo over and over and over, depending on where you are. Like when I worked in Oklahoma City, we never drew there. We were busy all day long, but people didn't want anything original. That's largely because they just legalized tattooing there like 7 years ago. I think largely people haven't branched out to realize how many options they have in getting tattooed. Being somebody that's tattooed, people are no longer afraid of you anymore, which I think for some of us was our initial gateway into getting tattooed. Now people just come up and grab you and ask you questions, so that's all out the window. I think that a large part of my clientele is now middle-aged housewives, people that normally would never have gotten tattooed, all different types of people, doctors, lawyers. It's really not limited in any way. I think that a large aspect that probably was always part of it, but I see it more now, is that people are collectors. So people that really appreciate art and maybe are too transient or just choose to wear it on their body will go and seek out artists whose work they really want and want to wear on them forever. It's not just about like what's your idea, what's your story that you want to get tattooed. It's actual art collecting from individual artists. I think that people are getting tattooed more and more nowadays. I hear people complain about how many tattoo shops there are and how slow it is and all of that. I think that we're pretty recession proof. I don't want to speak too soon and I don't want to jinx anybody, and I'm sure a lot of what I'm saying right now is bad luck or bad juju in somebody's mind, but I'm not concerned with the people that come in and they've got a tattoo that they got for $40 and they expect, my prices to be the same. Like, they're not my clients. They could go back to whoever they got that $40 tattoo from, and either they'll realize what the difference between a $40 tattoo and a $100 tattoo is, or a $500 tattoo, and they will be my client, or they won't be, and that's fine with me. The artists that aren't good, they're not my competition. We have a different clientele. The artists that are good, like, they keep me on my toes. I haven't gotten the sense that the crowd's thinning out too much, that there's too many artists and not enough clientele. But I do think that as things have become easier, you know, you can open a shop and not get in a neighborhood that isn't your own and not get your hands broken. Since the industry is changing and it's a little bit less hood, there still should be a standard that we hold each other to, and it shouldn't be okay for people to come in and hire a bunch of young girls who have no experience and no tattoos and no knowledge of what they're doing. Like, people that are running shops like that should be made to feel uncomfortable potentially. As far as it being oversaturated, yeah, there's more and more shops opening, but they got good artists and everybody seems to be okay. I think it's just important that we keep the standard of work up. As much as I'm just basically making purple black every day, it's nice to be able to make a living putting art on people. I'm lucky I get to do what I do.